Okay. Um, I'm going to gavel us in for today's executive session of the House Election Law Committee. We will immediately recess for ranking member. You want 5 or 10 minutes? 10 minutes. We're going to immediately recess for 10 minutes. So we will reconvene at 10:11. I think my friends from the Democrat side of the aisle are going to stay in here, and my friends from the Republican side of the aisle are going to go in there. We'll go from there. So see you guys in 10 minutes. Okay, now we'll do the stuff that we should have done at the beginning. Everybody, do you want to do the pledge? Representative Muirhead, do you want to lead us in the pledge today? Okay. Representative Smith could not be with us today. He is snowed in. So they are giving me the gavel. All right. I'm going to open up the House Election Law Committee executive session on House Bill 195. I believe there is a motion from Representative Lane.
Yes, I'd like to move ought to pass.
Is there a second? Representative Muirhead, are you ready to go, Madam Clerk? I didn't even ask. I just started moving.
sorry.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We will. It's in your hand. Your pen is in your hand.
Donation to the clerk.
Oh,
And actually, I need to give this to Representative. Can you pass that down to Representative Prudhomme O'Brien? Thank you.
and, okay, and this goes down to.
All right. We are super
Representative-
organized today. It definitely didn't snow like crazy yesterday. And we're totally in our regular room and everything's normal. Okay. All right. So we've got a motion from Representative Lane for ought to pass on 195, a second by Representative Muirhead. I believe there was an amendment. Is there an amendment, Representative Lane? Would you like to
Yeah.
introduce an amendment?
Yes, I would like to introduce it. So I move to introduce amendment number 2023-0986H.
Okay. Is there
I
a
think-
second?
oh.
Somebody help her out. All right. Representative Hamer gives her a second. We are now on discussion on the amendment. Is there comments, questions from the committee? Representative Lane, you're
May I-
recognized.
May I speak to the amendment?
Of course.
So in this amendment, I worked with both the Secretary of State and with the Attorney General's office, as was requested during the public hearing. And there was a section in here talking about limiting it to 60 days, and both the AG and the Secretary of State said that was not necessary, and frankly, it confused things a lot, so we took it out. And then we dropped it, if you remember, it's at 2,500. We've dropped that down to 5,000, and that was in the original bill. And then we added some of the language back in that was requested during the hearing. I think it was for the Americans for Prosperity who asked for some language to be put back in. So we put some of that back in. And that's it.
Okay, further questions or further comments from the committee? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to put the amendment to a vote. The clerk will call the roll.
Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm, Representative Harvey Belia, Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamblett,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab, Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
Representative Smith. I say his name anyway, in case he pops out of the woodwork.
He's not here. All right.
Sorry, that is 19 yeas and 0 nays and 1 not voting.
Okay. Well, he's not here. The amendment passes. We are now on to discussion on the bill as amended. Is there further discussion on the bill as amended?
Not for me.
Okay, seeing none, the clerk will call the roll.
This is for the ought to pass motion.
This is ought to pass as amended.
Yes. Representative Barry,
Yes.
Representative Pruno O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm, Representative Harvey Blia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy, Representative Wary, Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward, Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead, Representative Nab, Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
and no Representative Smith, so that is 19-0.
Thank you. And with that, the bill passes. I assume we'll be putting that on the consent calendar without objection. Representative Lane, would you like to distribute that committee report? And is it still due today by noon? There's no way. Get it to me when you can. It's for next week. Yeah. So next Wednesday by noon, right? Yeah. Let's just say by the end of the, let's just say give it to my Friday. Friday sounds good. Okay. With that, I'm going to close the House. I'm close the executive session on House Bill 195 and open the executive session on House Bill 243. And I recognize Representative Weary for a motion. Make sure your microphone's on. Yep.
I'd like to make a motion to retain this.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. There's a motion to retain. Is there any discussion on the motion of retain? Okay. Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll when she is ready. That was Representative Howard.
All right, this is to retain HB 243 and Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Blia, Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy, Representative Wary, Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward, Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead, Representative Nab, Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
no Representative Smith, so that is 19-0.
Okay, and with that, the House Bill 243 is retained, closing the executive session on House Bill 243. Opening up the House executive session on House Bill 244, where Representative Weary is recognized again for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for ought to pass.
Is there a second to that motion? I think Representative Wood has a motion, as a second.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes.
All right, seconded by Representative Wood. Is there an amendment to House Bill 244?
There is indeed.
Would you like to introduce said amendment?
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to accept amendment 2023-0957H.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Excellent. We are now on discussion on House Amendment 2023-0957H. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Representative Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For me, the language in this amendment raises a little bit of concern. I think it just is the wording of it. It says the clerk, I'm looking at line 8 and 9. The clerk shall mail absentee ballots in response to verified absentee ballot requests that have been received by 12 p.m. on the day before the election. That language, to me, may be misinterpreted, that someone who submits an absentee ballot request form, say 3 weeks before an election, may have to wait until after 12 p.m. the day before the election to receive that absentee ballot. So the language for me raises a little bit of concern. I think it might be able to be wordsmithed a little bit better to avoid misinterpretation.
Further questions? Representative Weary?
Just a quick comment. It does say in line 9, on the day before the election. So, but I think I could see your point in that there's a question about, up till that time, but I think the implication of that sentence is on the day before the election. So, and similarly in the sentence following that has been added to as part of the amendment, same sort of phrasing. So I think it's really focusing on the day before the election.
And I think excuse me, I think to address your concerns, Representative Brennan, line 4, when the verification required by RSA 657.12 or 657.13 has been made, the clerk shall retain the application and without delay personally deliver email or mail to the applicant. So I think you're covered there. That's just my personal opinion. Further questions, comments, or concerns on the amendment to House Bill 244? Okay, seeing none. If the clerk is ready, I know we're moving fast today. If the clerk is ready, we will call the roll for, we are voting on the amendment 2023-0957H for House Bill 244.
Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamblett,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab, Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
Representative Smith is absent, so that is another 19-0 on the motion to adopt the amendment.
And with that, the motion carries. We are now on to discussion on the bill as amended. Is there further discussion on the bill as amended? Seeing none, if the clerk is ready, we will call the roll. Oh, and make sure members, make sure you press your button to talk. As somebody who had to watch the last executive session remotely, we cannot hear you if the microphones are not on.
So this is for ought to pass as amended for 244. Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes. Did you forget Burnham?
Burnham? I just called you. Burnham? Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
and no Representative Smith. That is 19-0.
Okay, and with that, the ought to pass motion as amended carries. Is there any objection to that going on consent? Without objection, Representative Weary, you'll get us a committee report. And with that, I will close the executive session on House Bill 244, and I will open up the executive session for House Bill 255, where we're going to go a little bit off script here. I'm going to recognize Representative Lane for a motion. Expediency.
I make a motion ought to pass.
And Representative Ward seconds that. Representative Lane, would you like to speak to your motion?
Yes, I would. I also have an amendment.
Oh, I was not aware there's an amendment. Okay.
It should be in front of everybody. It's Amendment 2023-0985H.
Here it is. Would you like to, is there a second for your adopting of the amendment?
I hope so.
I'm sure someone will help you out. Representative Ward will help you again. Would you like to speak to your, we are now on the bill as amended. We are now on the amendment, excuse me. Is there discussion on the amendment?
Sure. I took into consideration some of the comments that were made by the committee and by those who testified at the public hearing, and made it clear that there would be percentages in the, this is going to get complicated, in the first tier. So if you have an LLC and you have members, and you have 3 members, that rather than attributing them necessarily a third, that you would do it by the percentage of their ownership. So that if one is 50%, then they would get 50% attribution and the others would get whatever amount they had. And it's the same way, we're doing it the same way with corporations. So as it came to my attention after the hearing, corporations can also be members of LLCs. So instead of having this apply just to natural persons, we also had it applied to corporations since they have a limit under this statute under 664:4, so that they would then be allocated in the same way by percentage to their contribution limit. And that is pretty much the only changes that I made.
Further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, when the clerk is ready, she will call the roll.
Representative Barry,
No.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
No.
Representative Bohm,
No.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Nope.
Representative Harrington,
No.
Representative Burnham,
No.
Representative Kennedy,
No.
Representative Wary,
No.
Representative Wood,
No.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamblett,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead, Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
and that makes it 10 yeas to 9 nays.
And with that, the amendment carries. We are now on to discussion of House Bill 255 as amended. Are there comments from the committee? Oh, yes, Representative Muirhead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wanted to ask the sponsor whether, I've heard it said that this bill would advantage labor unions in comparison to corporations with respect to making political donations. Does it have that effect?
Not that I'm aware of. Corporations can give money. Unions are restricted from giving money unless they have a separate PAC that's set up for it. And it's specifically in the statute, and there's case law on that point. I forget the name of the case, but it's like 1999, Judge McAuliffe.
Further questions or comments from the committee? Representative Weary?
Just one question. When it says in line 24, all members, would that apply to line 19 for a corporation? Even though it's attributed to the corporation in section B, would that still apply for all members of a corporation in that sense?
Is that it in line 24?
Yeah, it says in,
Yeah, that's for when the contribution is reported. So it's all members. So a member could be a natural person or a corporation. So that, yeah.
Further comments from the committee? Okay, seeing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Representative Barry,
Nope.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
No.
Representative Bohm,
No.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Nope.
Representative Harrington,
No.
Representative Burnham, Representative Kennedy, Representative Wary, Representative Wood, Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward, Representative Hamer, Representative Hamblett, Representative Moorhead, Representative Nab, Representative Brennan, Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard, Representative Palmer. That's another 10 to 9.
And with that, the motion about to pass as, and with that, doesn't sound like it.
I thought everyone sounded quiet.
How about that?
Hmm.
Oh, that's not good. Huh. All right. Shoot our researcher. What's close that note first. With that, House Bill 255 passes as amended. I have been informed by our chair that committee reports due tomorrow by noon. So with that, Representative Lane, I see you or someone in your office. Yes. All right, now it's. That I'm going to take a quick second.
Mine's working.
See if the mic's over. It's out. I checked. It's out. That out. It's out.
No, it's the videos work.
Probably kind of high.
Hello? Okay, mine's working.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Grill's mic.
Just pretend it's working.
So could you, when we vote, are you able to like concur?
Oh, we still-
Yeah, I can just repeat it.
Yeah, I guess we'll do that. So yours is working
Yes.
right now. Oh,
And
wait a
mine
minute.
is
Hello.
working as well.
This one's working. Okay. Well, I guess they just turned my mic off because they didn't want to hear me anymore. I can't say I blame them. All right. Now that this totally normal day is still completely normal. Rearrange here. Okay. So we've closed for the people who are listening at home. House Bill 255 passed on a 10 to 9 vote as ought to pass as amended. We have closed the executive session on House Bill 255. We are opening up the executive session on House Bill 316. Representative Prudhomme O'Brien is recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move ought to pass on 316, and I have an amendment.
Okay, is there a second? Was there a second on the ought to pass motion?
Second on ought to pass.
Okay, that is Representative Prudhomme O'Brien for the motion, Representative Burnham for the second. Representative Prudhomme O'Brien, would you like to be recognized for another motion?
I move. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing.
You say
here.
move for adoption.
I move to adopt the amendment 0725H.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
Okay, there's a second. Does everybody have a copy of the amendment? You do not.
Oh.
Okay, that is obviously a problem. Hard to vote an amendment that members don't have. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to recess this while somebody fires off a quick email to our researcher to get us copies of said amendment, and then we will come. We do have to deal with this bill today, so it's not like we're recessing it for weeks. We're going to recess it, come back to the ought to passes. We're going to come back to the motion on the amendment when we have the amendment physically, and we will go from there. So with that, I am recessing. Excuse me. I'm recessing House Bill 316 for later in today's docket. And I'm going to open up the executive session on House Bill 387. Representative Kennedy is recognized for a motion.
I'd like to move that House Bill 387 be retained.
Okay, and
I
then
have a brief comment.
we got to get the second first. There's a second from Representative Howard.
That's correct.
Thank you. And now you may speak to your motion.
Okay, I just had a brief comment that we've had some discussion about setting up a subcommittee, and Representative Berry suggests that we do that in a couple of weeks after the crossover.
Yes, we'll do that on when our chair is back. So that is my intention to recommend that to the chair. Is there discussion on the motion to retain? Okay, seeing none, we are putting Representative Grill's handwriting and speed to the test today. The clerk will call the roll.
Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes?
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes. Sorry.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Representative Purban, your microphone's still on.
Yes.
Representative Moorhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer.
Yes.
That is 19-0.
And with that, the motion to retain carries. The old hot mic. Okay, moving on. I'm closing the executive session on House Bill 395. I'm opening the executive session on House Bill. Geez, if I could read, that'd be great. I'm closing the executive session on House Bill 387. I'm opening the executive session on House Bill 395 relative to the Voters' Guide's constitutional limits. Representative Prudhomme O'Brien is recognized for a motion.
I move IT inexpedient to legislate on this.
And I will second that motion. Is there a discussion on the inexpedient to legislate motion? Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes?
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
No.
Representative Ward,
No.
Representative Hamer,
No.
Representative Hamlet,
No.
Representative Moorhead, Representative Bay. Oh, Representative Nab, sorry.
No.
Representative Brennan,
No.
Representative Grill, no. Representative Howard,
No.
Representative Palmer.
No.
That is
10 to
9
9.
yeas to 10 nays.
Classic. With that, the motion to inexpedient to legislate fails. Representative Lane, would you like to be recognized for a motion?
Yes, I'd like to move to retain.
The motion is on to retain House Bill. Oh, there's a second. Excuse me. Is there a second? Representative Brennan seconds that. The motion is to retain House Bill 395. Is there discussion on the retained motion? Representative Muirhead.
What are we hoping to achieve while we retain the bill?
I can't answer that question. I just voted ITL it, so
Okay.
I'll answer that or attempt to answer that.
I'm thinking we might persuade some of the people who just voted to ITL it to retain it if we give a good reason to retain it.
I don't think you'll have to give good reason. My gut tells me that's the way it's going.
So this bill was presented because there was a lot of, for lack of a better word, brouhaha about some of the wording of the Constitution amendments that were on the ballot last general election. And the idea is that they want to have a I call it more simple, non-legalese type of explanation on the ballot. At the public hearing, we heard some testimony, and there was also a move to have it drafted independently by an independent organization. We were not able to solve all those issues, and so we'd like to be able to work with the Secretary of State to come up with a solution, because this is a problem. I just don't think this bill is, to use the overused phrase, right for prime time. So.
Okay, further discussion on the retained motion. Yes, Representative Bum.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, the problem I see is, like, for example, the amendment that just passed in the House last week or the week before was clear. You don't need anything on it. Just raise the age. I mean, that's clear. The last two in last election, yeah, there was somewhat of a question of what do we mean by this? You know, with the probate and all that. But the problem is again, yeah, I think it needs to be retained to figure out what the wording should be and who writes the wording on those amendments, because people are coming to me and everybody, what does this mean? So yeah, some amendments definitely need somebody to say something about it, what it means in nondescript language as to not favor one side or another. But I mean, that's always going to be a problem. So thank you.
Further discussion on the retained motion? Okay, seeing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Representative Berry.
Yes.
Representative Perdomo Bryan.
Yes.
Representative Bohm.
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia.
Yes.
Representative Harrington.
Yes.
Representative Burnham.
Yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Yes.
Representative Wary.
Yes.
Representative Wood.
Yes.
Representative Lane.
Yes.
Representative Ward. Representative Hamer.
Yes.
Representative Hamlet.
Yes.
Representative Moorhead.
Yes.
Representative Nab.
Yes.
Representative Brennan.
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard.
Yes.
Representative Palmer.
Yes.
That is 19-0.
And with that, the motion to retain carries. I'm going to close the executive session on House Bill 395. I'm going to open up the executive session to House Bill 402 FN, prohibiting, relative to prohibiting false statements against candidates. Representative Kennedy is recognized for a motion,
I move to ITL House Bill 402.
and I will second that motion. Is there discussion on the motion? Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll when when her speedy hand gets caught up. I think we're going to set a record today. I just feel it. They're going to take this session and do it in the training of like how to do it. Oh, don't do it. Don't jinx us. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Right. Wait till we're done.
All right, this is ITL for 402. Representative Berry.
Yes.
Representative Perdomo Bryan.
Yes.
Representative Bohm.
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia.
Yes.
Representative Harrington.
Yes.
Representative Burnham.
Yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Yes.
Representative Wary.
Yes.
Representative Wood.
Yes.
Representative Lane.
Yes.
Representative Ward.
Yes.
Representative Hamer.
Yes.
Representative Hamlet.
Yes.
Representative Moorhead.
Yes.
Representative Nab.
Yes.
Representative Brennan.
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard.
Yes.
Representative Palmer.
Yes.
That is 19-0.
And with that, the motion to inexpedient legislate House Bill 402 carries. Without objection, this will go on the consent calendar. Representative Kennedy, you can get a report done by noon tomorrow, I assume. Okay. Any objection to consent? All right. Seeing none, I will close the executive session on House Bill 402 FN, and I will open up the executive session on House Bill 463 FN relative to the establishment of an election information portal. Go off script here again and recognize Representative Lane for a motion.
Thank you. I'd like to move to retain.
I'll second that motion.
May I speak to the motion?
Of course.
As you may recall, the sponsor of this bill, the primary sponsor, asked us to retain it. We are getting a similar bill coming over from the Senate, but the idea was if something happened to that bill, that we would have this one to work on for next year. So,
Further discussion, Representative Bum?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I remember the Secretary of State says they support the Senate bill better than this one, so retain is a good option.
Okay, further discussion on the retained motion on House Bill 463 FN. Seeing none, the clerk will once again call the roll.
Representative Barry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes,
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer, Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
19-0.
Okay, and with that, the motion to retain House Bill 463 carries. I'm going to close the executive session on House Bill 463. I'm going to open the executive session on 476, where I get to recognize myself for a motion. I would like to move that House Bill 476 be retained. Is there a second to my motion? He pleads to the committee. Representative Muirhead is going to second my motion to retain House. I just want to bury Muirhead on the record. I feel no need to speak to my motion to retain. So
I'll second it.
no, we've already no. You're not taking this away from me. You're not taking this away from me. Does anyone wish to speak to my motion to retain my bill that I made?
I did have one comment. I had a great speech about how this somehow creates two classes of voters.
Oh, excellent.
But
I do love a good two classes
I'll
of voter
save that
speech.
for later.
All right. Other comments or questions from the committee? Okay. Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll to retain House Bill 476.
And just to keep things thematic, I will read the roll twice. No, I'm kidding. Representative Barry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
yes,
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
yes,
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
19-0.
Oh, thank you so much. With that, the motion to retain carries. I'm closing the executive session on House Bill 476, and I'm opening up the executive session on House Bill 478, where I will also recognize myself again for a motion for inexpedient to legislate, and I would appreciate a second to ITL my own
second.
bill.
I second that.
You know what? I'm gonna take another Muirhead. I'm gonna take another Muirhead here. I don't get many of those. Speak to my
on my
motion, something,
form.
something, unprepared, ill-timely, poorly crafted, something, something, ITL. Is there further conversation on the bill? Okay, seeing none, we're going to vote to kill my bill. The clerk, when the clerk is ready, will call the roll.
Representative Barry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
19-0 on ITL.
Such a horrible bill. With that, House Bill 478 will be in expedient to legislate. I assume there's no objection to putting it on the consent calendar, and I look forward to writing the blurb against my own bill. All right, which is due tomorrow at noon. With that, I'm closing the executive session on House Bill 478, and I'm opening up the executive session on House Bill 496. Representative Wood is recognized for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to move House Bill 496 in expedient to legislate.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
Representative Burnham seconds. Is there discussion on the bill?
Yes, thank you. House Bill 496 asks for the clerk or an assistant to escort the ballots to a nursing home or elder care facility accompanied by 2 absentee ballot observers. As we continue to look into the bill, it seemed to get more and more complicated for people that are already pretty busy trying to deliver election ballots. So this is why I moved it for an expedient to legislate.
Further comments from the committee. Representative Prudhomme O'Brien.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I respectfully disagree with Representative Wood. I think this is a good bill. I think it's not too much to ask for clerks to visit elder care facilities and help with this process. I spoke to administrators at nursing homes who thought that this would be a relief to have this kind of help and guidance in the voting process for some of their residents. And I don't think it's too much to ask to have a Republican and a Democrat, or members of 2 different parties, to attend such things. I think that it is doable. I just respectfully disagree with those statements.
Further questions from the committee? Comments from the committee? Seeing none. We actually got you got to get caught up for once. The clerk will call the roll. House Bill 496. The motion is in expedient to legislate.
Representative Barry,
Yes.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien,
No.
Representative Bohm,
No.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer.
Yes.
That is 17 yeas and 2 nays.
Okay. Is there an objection to it going on the consent calendar? I'm hearing no objections, so without objection, it will go on a consent calendar. Representative Wood, you will be responsible for the committee report due tomorrow at noon. With that, I'm closing House Bill 496, the executive session. I'm opening up the executive session on House Bill 586, which I'm going to recognize Representative Lane for a motion.
Yes, I would like to make a motion for ought to pass for HB 586.
Is there a second? Representative Ward seconds. Is there discussion on the bill?
Oh,
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
do you want me to speak?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I always want you to speak.
I doubt that, but okay. This bill would open up opportunities for people who cannot get transportation and who have other difficulties getting to the polls. It is a way to expand it so that more people can vote, and that is a priority of our caucus. So for that reason, we are going to support this bill.
Further comments from the committee? I have my own. This bill doesn't define much. It says convenient transportation. I don't know what that means if you don't have access to convenient transportation. I don't think anybody's transportation today was convenient. Furthermore, I have constitutional issues with this. It may be in violation of the Hampshire State Constitution about who qualifies for a provisional ballot. And the final part is that I don't believe fear of getting sick is necessarily a valid reason for not going to someplace. Might have been in 2019 during COVID, but the next election will be 2024. So for that, I'll be opposing this. And with that, I'm sure the clerk will call the roll.
Representative Berry,
No.
Representative Perdomo O'Brien,
No.
Representative Bohm,
No.
Representative Harvey Belia,
No.
Representative Harrington,
No.
Representative Burnham,
No.
Representative Kennedy,
No.
Representative Wary,
No.
Representative Wood,
No.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamlet,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead, Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
10-9.
And with that, the motion of ought to pass carries. Committee reports, and that one's definitely not going on consent. With that, I will close the.
Who's writing the ITL?
I have it. I'll write it. I'll take care of it since I spoke to it. With that, I'm going to close the House executive session on House Bill 486, and I'm going to reopen the House executive session on HB 316. Amendment 223-0725H had been moved and seconded. Does everyone now have a copy of the amendment? Okay, has everybody had an opportunity while we were blowing through bills to read the amendment? Okay, so discussion is now on the amendment. Is there discussion on the amendment? Would the sponsor like to speak to the changes in the amendment? Because I think they are significant.
This changes this to that supervisors of the checklist will meet every 90 days. I think this is a good compromise. I think that this will be good for the public confidence in elections, that the supervisors of the checklist are meeting every 90 days. Most supervisors of the checklist are meeting periodically at a good time frame, but some are not, and that could cause concern for members of those communities. And I think this has some bipartisan support, and I appreciate that. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, further comments or questions on the amendment? We are on the amendment. Yes, Representative Hamlet.
Hi, thank you for letting me speak. So I basically want to support what Catherine just said. I did talk to several city and town clerks and several supervisors of checklists, and they all seem to manage their checklists differently. But they all felt, the ones I spoke to all felt that they were, diligent about, doing the best they could to update the checklist. And they were meeting as needed or as required. But most of them did not object to being required to meet every 4 months, every 3 months, every 90 days, because they probably meet about 4 times a year anyway. So basically, it doesn't seem like a hardship to them.
Further comments, questions from the committee? Representative Lane.
I guess I just want to remind everybody that we passed a bill last year, I think, that required the Secretary of State to update the checklist with the U.S. Postal Service's permanent mail changes, and they are in the process of doing that. And where we've got them doing that, and most of the towns already do this, I personally question whether we really need this bill, and I'm frankly torn on how to vote for it because I don't see that we necessarily need it.
Just to clarify, Representative, we are in discussion on the amendment. Not to get too super parliamentarian, I don't really get into those weeds, but we are in discussion on the amendment. Further discussions on the amendment. Okay, seeing none, the clerk will call the roll on Amendment 2023-0725H to House Bill 316.
Representative Berry,
Yes.
Representative Perdomo Bryan,
Yes.
Representative Bohm,
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia,
Yes.
Representative Harrington,
Yes.
Representative Burnham,
Yes.
Representative Kennedy,
Yes.
Representative Wary,
Yes.
Representative Wood,
Yes.
Representative Lane,
Yes.
Representative Ward,
Yes.
Representative Hamer,
Yes.
Representative Hamblett,
Yes.
Representative Muirhead,
Yes.
Representative Nab,
Yes.
Representative Brennan,
Yes.
Representative Grill, yes. Representative Howard,
Yes.
Representative Palmer,
Yes.
19 and no nays.
And with that, the House Amendment 2023-0724H passes on to House Bill 316. We are now on to discussion of House Bill 316 as amended. Is there discussion on the bill as amended?
I'll just say ditto to the last time that I spoke when I wasn't supposed to be speaking to the bill. So
It's okay. We all forgive you. Not me personally, but collectively as the group. Representative Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I recognize that the amendment has made this bill significantly better, and I appreciate the work that was done to create this amendment. In my view, this is unnecessary legislation. We do, as Representative Lane mentioned, we do have legislation that is requiring the Secretary of State to work with the USPS records to ensure accuracy of the checklist statewide. So I believe that may address some concerns that members may have about the accuracy of the checklist and the work that the supervisors of the checklist do. I trust and respect and value our supervisors of the checklist, and I think they do a really good job at managing their checklists for their communities. There may be a need for additional training for the handful of supervisors who may be new to the position, who may be who may have last received training some time ago, and the Secretary of State is capable of administering that additional training as needed without legislation. My third reason for opposing this particular bill is this creates a schedule that may allow for bad actors to challenge voter rolls. This is something that is happening nationwide, where there are individuals or organizations that are challenging voter rolls, voter registrations unnecessarily, and it is creating an undue burden on supervisors of the checklist, and it may lead to disenfranchisement of voters. And finally, my last concern with this bill is it creates a one-size-fits-all mandate on municipalities. This bill does not recognize that there are communities that may have supervisors that need to meet more often, but we have many small rural communities that have short checklists that don't require maintenance on a specific schedule. I oppose this bill because I don't think that a one-size-fits-all mandate really works best for every community throughout our state. And I would ask that my colleagues oppose this bill and recognize that our supervisors of the checklist are doing excellent work for our communities, and help is available if they need it to maintain and manage their checklists. Thank you.
Further comments from the committee? Representative Prudhomme O'Brien.
Thank you very much. I support this amendment. I
It's the
support
bill.
this bill. Oh,
No,
okay.
I just
Okay,
did that,
I'll get
Representative
shut
Lane. So
down.
please don't make me
Thank
do
you.
it again.
It's catching.
There are different ways to think about the same ideas. One size fits all could also be considered consistency throughout the state, consistency of services for all of our citizens. That's a good thing. The idea of bad actors coming in and challenging voter rolls could also be, I would say that's more opportunities for members of the public to meet with their elected officials. And that's a good thing. So I support this bill. I support OTPA. Thank you.
Yes, Representative Burnham. Excuse me. Burnham. I learned it. Burnham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also support this bill. I think it clarifies a schedule that is important for the supervisors to meet, but also public have the opportunity to also have that opportunity to be there at the meetings and know that there is a schedule for that. So I do support the clarification and those opportunities. So thank you.
Further comments from the committee? Representative Muirhead.
During the public hearing, I was curious about whether this might dissuade, public spirited volunteers from serving as supervisors of the checklist, and I do remain concerned about kind of burdening the positions that people volunteer for, and in a way that makes it harder to run elections. It's one of the things the Secretary of State has mentioned as a concern of his. I mean, that said, I do appreciate, the motives of the bill. I appreciate all the work that Representative Hamlet put into it, and I appreciate the co-sponsor, Representative Prudhomme O'Brien's openness to the amendment. And so I will be supporting it, but I think we need to keep our eyes on whether we're unduly burdening the work of the volunteers.
We made it all the way to the end. Representative Weary.
Just to address some comments, we've heard from the Secretary of State's office that attendance for training is not and far from 100%. So, and we've heard from Representative Hamlet that there is quite a bit of variability amongst the different supervisors of the checklist. So I think I think meeting once every 90 days does not put an undue burden on supervisors of the checklist. If they meet, adjourn, if there's no business to handle, that is not unheard of in town meetings. So I don't think it puts an undue burden on the people that we're asking to do this task. So I make those comments in support of the bill.
Further comments on the bill as amended? Yes, Representative Ward.
I'm sorry to add to this, but there are a couple things about this bill that in terms of the language on line 5, it really should be Board of Registrars or Board of Supervisors, because cities have boards of registrars and one supervisor of the checklist. And I still don't understand how in lines 5, 6, and 7, in line 5, it says shall be first posted, but it never says where it's posted second or third. And I'm sorry to be pedantic, but it's a terrible sentence.
Further.
And I also like the
I
business,
apologize.
like the business in line 6, because I know of at least one city where the city clerk will not post meetings of the Board of Registrars on the city's website. This would make it mandatory.
Sorry, I was having trouble digesting that last one. Further comments from the committee? Yes, Representative Bohm.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know in our town, the supervisor of the checklist has been there probably just as long as I've been there. like probably at least 40 years. The problem is I think this is a good, because sometimes you get new people on, and it'd be nice if those people got together every 90 days to find out what is going on. Maybe laws changed and whatnot. So even small towns, just getting together every 3 months, I think is a good idea to find out what is happening with checklist. So that's why I would support this. Thank you.
All right. Any more comments from the committee? I feel like I should add my own, but no. With that, the clerk will call the roll.
Representative Barry.
Yes.
Also, this is ought to pass.
Oh, this is ought to pass as amendment on House Bill 316. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. I should have said that before we got going. I apologize. I am a yes on ought to pass as amended.
Representative Prudhomme O'Brien.
I am a yes.
Representative Bohm.
Yes.
Representative Harvey Belia.
Yes.
Representative Harrington.
Yes.
Representative Burnham.
Yes.
Representative Kennedy.
Yes.
Representative Wary.
Yes.
Representative Wood.
Yes.
Representative Lane.
No.
Representative Ward.
No.
Representative Hamer.
No.
Representative Hamblett.
Yes.
Representative Muirhead.
Yes.
Representative Nab.
No.
Representative Brennan.
No.
Representative Grill, I am a yes. Representative Howard.
Flip a coin.
I
Take your time.
pretty much. Well, I'll go with no.
Okay. Representative Palmer.
No.
That is, get to do math this time.
You don't get a lot of these in election law. This is a rare day where it's not 10-10 or today 10-9 or 20-0. We don't often ask our clerks to do hard math in this committee.
So I have 12 yays and 7 nays.
Okay, and that's too many to put it on consent, as much as I love to put things on consent. So with that, House Bill 316 passes as moves the amendment. Oh, good Lord, Ross. The motion on ought to pass as amendment on House Bill 316 passes. With that, I'm closing the executive session on House Bill 316. Committee reports, yes, that is going to be Representative Prudhomme O'Brien and who for the minority, Representative Brennan for the minority. We need a text message from our chair. We need committee reports on House Bill 209. That is the Representative Hamer. That is your bill on relative to the form for absentee ballots. So I don't know who hasn't sent it in. I don't know if it's the majority, the minority hasn't sent it in. 209, House Bill 209. I've just been told that we don't have a committee report for it. It is relative to the form required to request an absentee ballot. Okay. Oh, you can't trust that Quayle. Okay, so we'll if you are for the majority or the minority, if you could please trust but verify that has been sent, so I don't have to trust but verify that has been sent. Which is a Russian expression, by the way, stolen by Ronald Reagan, just so you know. And with that, ending today's House executive session, I think record time, 11:20. So enjoy some time in the cafeteria with your family or with the snow shovel. We will see you guys on tomorrow.